Right? And if you let that ring together and then it just attack that one and the downbeat of basically the first and the third eighth note triplet is what you're going to hear. You're going to feel this now. And if I counted it out, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Okay? So you're starting to recognize that feel, right? It's called the shuffle. It's very natural, and in a way, a lot of times what people do, rather than write that rhythm like that, it gets kind of messy, right? So what they do is they just write this. They write eighth note equals this. That means that the straight 8 actually sounds like the shuffle 8. Okay? So instead of feeling 2 even, 1 and 2, and we're hearing da ba 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 ba. Remember, I tied it over and now I'm writing it as a quarter note, but it's going to sound like. So if you see something like that on a chart, that's simply saying it's a shuffle eighth note. It's not a straight eighth note. It's not this. It's. Okay? So that's an important thing to understand with our rhythms. Rhythm is like basically the other building block of music. You have melody and harmony, and then you've got rhythm, and that's a big component of rhythm. Either it's a straight rhythm or it's a shuffled rhythm. Okay, so we've talked about triplets a lot in this lesson. Let's apply triplet feels to something that's very appropriate for, and that's a blues shuffle. So listen to this, and you'll hear the shuffle all over this. 3, 4. Ba 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 ba. You can hear that, right? And if I play chords, now I can play a lot of rhythms that would be really appropriate. One would be like this. Basically, you're kind of holding what looks like a power chord, right? What really sounds nice to play along with that power chord is this little melody inside the power chord, and you get this typical boogie-woogie kind of thing. Right? Because now you're feeling the shuffle. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and but you're also getting a little melody in the bottom end that's nice. Okay, and then you just apply that through the chords. There's the C chord, here's the D chord. And it's typical in the blues to go to the 5 chord like that. Okay, so very simple rhythm. You probably heard me playing it in other grooves already, but I just wanted to show you that. So here we go. 3, 4. Really lay that back. Doesn't that feel great? It's really easy to play, but it sounds great, and people just love the feel of a blues shuffle. Okay, so let's jam over that in a minute. One thing that I want to talk about before I show you another lick today is just the idea of how anything that you play now in that pentatonic scale, in any of the positions you know, if you just play really strongly in that triplet feel, it's going to sound great. The simplest little thing played really well in a triplet feel will just feel great, because that's the nature of this kind of music. As long as you play with the right attitude and you really lay into the rhythm, it sounds great. So just check out a few things I'll play that are basic things that you probably already know, and I'll just really make the triplet part of my rhythmic phrasing. 3, 4. Right? Okay, so I just really kept it in the pocket and just hammered home some triplet type of feels, okay, or triplet type rhythms in my blues licks, okay? So I didn't play anything really fancy, but I really made sure that triplet was part of my phrasing, okay? So even just playing a scale pattern like this would have some impact if you did it right. Like if I took a blues scale or a pentatonic scale, let's say I played a group of 3, and I played it in triplets, which would be a good match because 3 in a group of 3 would be a good balance, right? Right? It lines the notes up really well. So check this out. 3, 4. I'll go back down. Do it again in the middle of the scale pattern. Oops. Stop. Okay, so simple triplets in this kind of a music, a basic rootsy kind of music like blues it's really important to understand the phrasing and be able to apply that in your patterns of your pentatonics and your scales so that you don't lose the groove of the music because it's so much based around that triplet feel. Okay? So let's go ahead and consult our lictionary book here. And I'm going to find a lick that's going to be pretty much custom made for this blues that we're talking about. I call it a question and answer lick, and it's lick number 61 in the book, and it's in the key of G. What a convenience. Okay, so let's see what this one sounds like, and we'll try to apply it, but it should be something that you can see on your screen or you can download. Okay, so what I start off with this lick is I right away play the triplet feel. So it's going to sound like this: 3, 4. Okay, once again, 3, 4. Okay, notice at the beginning of the lick, there's a lot of these little quarter bends. What that means is it's not really a whole step or not a half step. It's a quarter step. It's sort of in between. It's not really B, it's not really C, it's sort of in between B flat and B, so I write that as a quarter. And there it is again on the bottom. And then this 4 chord. Okay, so I call it a question and answer lick because you could play it again in the second half of the blues, so check this out. 3, 4. 3, 4. So notice that I played it a couple times. I played it at the beginning of the blues on the 1 chord, and then when I went to the 4 chord, I played it again. I kind of answered my own phrasing by repeating it. That's the basis of a lot of blues phrasing, okay? So that's lick number 61, question and answer lick. One more time for you folks playing along at home. 3, 4. Put a little vibrato there at the end. All right, so let's have a little fun with that. I'm going to let you play along, and it's been fun playing along today, and let's play some blues. Here we go. 3, 4. All right, I can hear you. Turn it up. Okay, let's play that lick. Do it again. All right, I'll see you next lesson.